What is happening, everybody, and welcome to episode numero uno of GKDR Death, aka Death Ratio. What's up, everybody? I will be your host this evening, Garrick B. Eaton, aka Devin's Little Cherry Blossom. And speaking of which, I am joined this evening by Brevin the Dude himself. Brevin, the dude, aka Devin. How are you doing this evening, Devin?
I'm doing. I'm on the precipice of being 32, and it doesn't feel any different.
Nah, man, I feel like after 25, like it's all just the same.
You're gonna transform during your birthday. I know.
I'm gonna get fat.
I'd like, hey, you don't have any like injuries this year.
So
far,
unknown.
Knock on wood.
Unknown.
But I mean, I guess anything can happen. You could injure yourself tomorrow on your birthday.
Yeah, we're only a month and a half.
Wait, why are
into
you
the
speaking
year.
into existence, Garrett? Come on, man.
Yeah.
You think I'm better to do that?
He's over 30 now. That's just the way of life. It's just how things
Sure.
go.
He gambles every morning.
Yeah,
My back does hurt.
Every morning when he
actually.
gets out of bed, dude, there's some days where I will wake out of bed and I will like stretch myself into a back spasm, dude. It's the worst.
No,
You roll
I'm not even
Constitution
joking.
every morning.
My back hurts so much that I have a doctor's appointment next week to go get an X-ray done and look at it.
Oh damn, dude.
Oh man, you're about to.
I
about to
cannot wait
do what
for
Ernell did.
when that's me, dude. It's
Also,
forever
but
ago.
I have put my body through it over the years. Like
True.
through it. Skateboarding, motocross, riding, BMX bikes when I was younger, snowboarding, stage diving at shows.
like that.
Yeah. So yeah, no. If bodies were a temple, Devin's is full of cracks. Like he just.
It's a very old temple.
It's like
It's seen
ruins.
some shit.
It's that church that got closed down because the church was doing so bad that the higher up church people who get all the free money said, "Yeah, we're not giving you any money."
You're like, we're not even gonna
anymore."
put this back into the building. We're just gonna let it go to shit. Actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, hopefully, your birthday doesn't go to shit. Do you have any plans for your birthday, day?
Sadly-
tomorrow, for Valentine's Day.
Sadly, not a single person has tried to make plans with me for my birthday this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we can
Well,
make some.
you have your whole
maybe
day
we
to
can make some
yourself, dude.
digital plans.
Oh
if you
no,
will.
I'm going to have a shitty day tomorrow. It's fine. It's Valentine's Day. I'm gonna go work, and then I'm gonna come home and not do anything. It's gonna be great.
Dive into hell, dude. That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, man, with your
We'll see.
bros.
Yeah, you gotta do your
Nah,
part. Come on,
nah.
dude. We still gotta
Yeah.
liberate Angel's Venture, dude.
We'll see.
We're so far behind. Speaking of being pretty far behind, though, we are also joined by Twitch's own DJ Sinfeld. He's far behind because he's young and he's missing information. He's lacking knowledge.
Yeah, I'm lacking a ton of information. Still loading. In matter of fact, my brain is still loading. I haven't hit 25 yet. I'm close. I'm getting there, dude. We're like 75% of the way there.
75%, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, what if 25? Like, yeah, DJ actually hasn't gained. You know how like some kids like gain their consciousness when they're like 3 or 5. DJ's not there yet. He's just like
Dude,
not.
my entire frontal
hasn't
lobe
truly
hasn't developed, dude.
Yeah.
My whole
25,
frontal lobe-
45, it's all gonna lock in for him though, man. Life's really gonna open up.
yeah. I'll actually be living, dude. I'll actually be alive.
Oh shit! How's your? Dude, it feels so weird because I feel like we're further into the week because we had Shipwreck show
Yeah.
last night because that's usually on Thursday, and I'm still kind of getting used to like having a piece of content before our Tuesday stuff. So I keep wanting to be like, how's your guys' week been? But really, like, not much
It
else.
just
The week has
started.
gone further. Like it's yeah. So
Dude,
like, how's the beginning of your week been?
Dude,
I guess.
and imagine it for me because like I'm off I was off
Oh,
yesterday, and
yeah.
I'm off today and tomorrow. So like it
So wait,
all
wait.
feels
So
weird
since
right
you
now.
were off today, since you were off today, how'd you spend your day?
Dude, I slept in. Dude, I messed up my REM cycle again. So like I'm sleeping at 4 a.m.
Shocker there. I
Dude,
think like
and I'm
that's
waking up
honestly
midday, and it sucks because like I want to get work done like while I'm on break, so I don't have to
I
worry.
like how he's gotten so good at this because he knows we're gonna give him shit about when he woke up. He no longer provides the time. He just said midday.
Yeah, it's midday, anytime during the day. Look, to me, when I wake up, it's morning. Okay, I don't care if I slept at 6 a.m. and woke up at like 5. It's morning. Okay, I don't care.
Morning to me, brother.
It's morning to me. All right, new day just started for me. But I'm probably gonna wake up early tomorrow. Even if I do sleep late tonight, I'll try to wake up early tomorrow. Fucking chug some coffee down and get work done because I have a ton
just
of
be one
shit
of them
due at the
days.
end of the week. And this one class, all of it's like I have 3 things due Friday, but they're all due Friday at 5 o'clock at 5 p.m. So like technically, so it's not like
Why five?
for in my brain, yeah, I know it's weird. So in my brain, I'm like, it's not due Friday. It's probably it's due the day before because like if once it
Yeah,
hits
because you don't
Friday, I
have time
can't.
to do that, and
Yeah,
there's
right,
no window for that, right? Like if it
right,
was due at midnight, you could do it on Friday, right? But like
yeah,
that's not the case.
right. So
So
like if it ends at
5
5, I'm like,
p.m.
well, I wake up and I only have like three, like
That
I only have
professor
3 hours.
that professor said no. The moment I walk out of my office, you're all fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's fucked up. And then I have a thing to take care of for another class that I've been like pushing off because I've just been wanting to relax and like I've been kind of like just trying to in a sense like I'm just trying to get some agency back, dude. Like I feel like I've been just like wired into a machine just doing work and like fucking going to school, like doing the routine shit. So I've been trying to like find myself, I guess. Uh but it's been cool. Mardi Gras is today, Fat Tuesday. So, everyone's celebrating but me. I'm just here with you guys, having a good old time.
I'll try not to sound
Uh,
so upset about having to be here.
and I'm not upset. I want to be here. It's just, it's just going on. Like, when people, when I have in my brain, I want to do things, right? Sometimes I feel like if I'm not lazy, I'm paralyzed to do shit, right? You know what I
Oh yeah,
mean?
I get that
It's
completely.
the ADHD lockup feeling. Like it's like I have things to do. I know I need to do them, and I have a plan to do them. Just I need time to enact it, and I need like time for myself to just like hit those goals, right? But it sucks because like I have people telling me what I need to do when I know already. I've checked that box in my head. Like I'm going to do that
But
whenever I get
I'm
around
gonna
to
do
it.
it on my time, right? It's
Yes,
all it's
I'm
gonna be
going to
it'll
do
get
it.
done on my schedule.
Yeah, but then like someone says you should do that right now. I'm like, it's gonna ruin my
You're
flow.
like,
I have a
thanks for
flow going.
reminding me. Like, like you're gonna fuck up the system.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, dude, I get
yeah,
that because if you're
yeah.
anything
So
like
like
me, you're
like
the
that's still like
ADHD where
fucking me
you
up.
work really well under pressure, and
Yeah, but like if you tell me to do it now, I'm like, fuck you fuck. Okay, fine, dude. I'll fucking do it, dude. I was planning on doing it anyway. I was gonna do it. Don't tell me I haven't done it because I didn't think about it. I was going to do it. I just had it in my brain and just haven't told you that what I'm gonna do yet. Like it's stuff like that. Hate dealing with that.
you hate
Yeah,
dealing
me
with
too,
that.
dude.
You want to know what?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Fucking
you know what,
Devin's
Devin?
just
I just, you know what, Devin?
What? I don't know. What?
I don't know either, man. Also, we do have. I do just want to. We have a man behind the curtain this evening. He's here, but he's not here. Or no, just say hello. Just say hello to the people real quick. I cannot believe you did that just so you could do that.
I fucking hate it here. I fucking hate it here. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Hi everybody. I'm sick. I'm sick again. Sorry, y'all.
oh damn. Rest in peace or no. He's dying. His immune system's not keeping up, dude.
Yeah, dude. There's just been this winter's honestly
Oh,
just
dude,
been kind of
it's been like
there's
going
been
around
so
everywhere.
much
I'm
shit
not
going
gonna lie.
around.
Yeah. COVID 2.0, perhaps.
Ernell
mayhaps.
has the stressing jitis.
Yeah.
I'm doing my
he has-
part.
he has- yeah.
See, Ernell, why are you like this? Why are you like this?
um,
Why
I-
are you like this, Devin?
I eat ass.
Okay, dude.
What are you talking about? I'm here. What's wrong?
You're here. Well, you want to know what, folks? We're not talking about Devin anymore because I can't deal with this shit. But what we are talking about is kissing, but better, the Sony strategy. I'm doing my part and much, much more because this is Good Kraken's Death Ratio, your choice for all the nerdy video game news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear live each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're into that, you can head over to our Discord channel where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcasts and video services, wherever you like to watch and listen. But if you have emptied your pockets for the latest and greatest in entertainment, that's totally fine, because you can watch us record this show live right here at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show. If you have Prime Gaming, you also have... Give it to him, DJ.
Twitch
Or if you have Twitch Prime, fuck that up. I said that backwards. I was ready. I was so ready to say
He was
Prime
right, but
Gaming
he
that I
was
threw it
on
away for
Prime.
DJ. If you have Amazon Prime, you also have DJ.
Prime Gaming.
There we go. Now that I've got it, say swap that, reverse it. Thank you,
Yeah,
Willy
keep it
Wonka.
down,
That really
reverse
quick. I like that even better. You can give that to us and help us game with you even more. But you can also support us by going over to our YouTube channel, clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Death Ratio and leaving a review there. Folks,
Yes, sir.
we have some quick critical hits for y'all, real quick. We have no content this Thursday. Our usual Splash Damage is being postponed or canceled this week, if you will, excuse me, as we will be seeing Madam Web so that we can review it on Friday for you all, and be there for that because we don't know what we're getting into. Also, a quick note: Apple Podcasts has to review our new shows. Like we said before, we've kind of split up all of our shows, and everything is going to be individually separated, so it's decluttered for you guys to just be able to give you guys the content, what you want, when you want it. So, new episodes won't be available on their platforms for at least another week. So this episode will still be releasing. Just give us a little bit of time. We need a little bit longer to release that for y'all. So new shows and episodes will be available on Spotify in the meantime, though. Sorry, our Apple listeners. You can if you got Spotify, you can head us there, or you can watch us on YouTube for another week. We do apologize. Have some patience for us there. Now, we are going to be heading into our next segment. We haven't done this segment yet on this show. You guys might be familiar with it. We had something kind of like it in our show before. But, Devin, why don't you tell everybody what our first segment is for the evening?
Yeah, coming straight from you to you at the Daily Bugle is reporting in with
That's the Eiffel Tower.
the Meta Minute.
I'm gonna
What are you talking
fucking piss myself.
What is... Anyways,
He's
the
in
Meta
for-
Minute,
for
folks.
the
This is...
review
I
of
can't...
The Eiffel Tower. You fucking idiot.
Eiffel Tower. The Meta Minute is our bite-sized news segment where we will cover brief points of worthy gaming news such as release dates, delays, seasonal content announcements, DLCs, patch notes, game content,
Patch notes.
industry events, patch notes, etc. All those things that like are big,
Everything.
massive articles that
All
are, you
game.
know, that you may just want to hear, right, to get you caught up on the latest of the latest. With that being said, we do have a quick update about a very, very popular game last year. It won Game of the Year even. And DJ, why don't you hit us with that first Meta Minute news?
Thank you, Garrick. The first news story up for Meta Minutes. It is Baldur's Gate 3 Patch 6 release announced by Larian. This is from Logan Moore at comicbook.com. Larian Studios has revealed that its next major title update for Baldur's Gate 3 will be rolling out in mere days. At the end of November 2023, patch 5 for Baldur's Gate 3 arrived and brought with it a ton of huge improvements. Following the launch of patch 5, Larian made it clear that it was going to be winding down its ongoing support for the acclaimed RPG just a bit. Fortunately, that support hasn't completely ended just yet and is now going to result in the release of patch 6 shortly. Over on social media, Larian announced that patch 6 is set to release for Baldur's Gate 3 across PlayStation, Xbox, and PC at some point of this week. Of the new additions in this patch, Larian said that patch 6 will see bug fixes, new animations, and other updates to Honor Mode. It was also promised that improved smooches, in quote, will be coming to Baldur's Gate 3. Which the studio showed more clearly in an accompanying video. Quote, releasing next week, patch 6 includes improved smooches, new camp idle animations, new legendary actions in honor mode, and plenty of bug fixes, end quote. Larian said on the official Baldur's Gate Twitter account, it's a hefty one. So we'll be sharing the full patch notes on our official website. Make sure to keep an eye out. Moving forward, questions about DLC and expansions for Baldur's Gate 3 continue to linger. Previously, those at Larian have indicated that DLC is something that the studio planned for when creating the game. For the time being, though, no such plans for the future expansions have been announced just yet. In all likelihood, though, if DLC for Baldur's Gate 3 does end up coming about in the future, we should learn more in the coming months.
Thank you, DJ. Honestly, yeah, this seems like a really straight little bit of news, right? Like Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year last year. Like they're winding down that ongoing support. It sounds like I don't know what improved smooches means, but if it's something that the community asked for, which I'm sure they did, because it seems specific. Yeah, just be on the lookout for those patch notes, guys. Like and. It sounds like after this patch, I bet you like expect a little bit more radio silence on their end as they prepare bigger things. Like I said, Larian has planned for DLC for this game. We're just they're not ready to unveil when or what that might be yet. So we gotta wait a little bit longer. But in the meantime, just in time for Valentine's Day, you can get your kissy on a little better in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yes,
Up
sir.
next, we have. This one's a weird one because there's been lots of things we've been talking about, but Xbox will be sharing some big news on Thursday via its podcast.
Yeah, they have a podcast. It's the official one.
yeah.
I actually listen to it a lot.
See, it's like sometimes the point proves itself. This is coming from Willow Rowe at Kotaku. Over a week of swirling rumors that have sent the Xbox community into a meltdown over the future of the console and its exclusive games, the company is ready to clear the air on what's to come. The Xbox Twitter account posted today that it will be releasing a special edition of the Xbox podcast on Thursday, February 15th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. The episode will be hosted by Phil Spencer, CEO of Microsoft Gaming, Sarah Bond, president of Xbox, and Matt Booty, head of Xbox Game Studios. The three will share updates on the Xbox business. Quote, this comes after Phil Spencer said last week that the company would be holding some kind of business update event that will illuminate, quote unquote, our vision for the future of Xbox. Many assumed that this would come in the form of a live show of some sort, but it doesn't seem to be the case. One would expect good news to be shared as widely as possible, and a podcast does not instill that kind of confidence in this being good news, air quotes. Considering, however, that the response to rumors that Xbox exclusive games may be coming to an end to rival platforms has been less than positive from a large portion of Xbox fan base, it is not hard to understand why the company may not want to pull out all the stops for this, whatever that news may be. It is worth noting that the air date for the podcast is a few hours after the usual Nintendo Directs air, on a day when a Nintendo Direct is rumored to be occurring. If one is indeed announced, it would lend cadence to the rumor that Xbox games, such as the previously announced rumored Hi-Fi Rush, will be released on the Switch. if the Nintendo Direct does reveal that Hi-Fi Rush or other games previously exclusive to Microsoft platforms are coming to the Switch, then Xbox will want to clear the air on how this ties to the company's plans going forward. Currently, there are a number of Xbox games rumored to be coming to rival platforms, including big tentpole titles on the horizon like Senua's Saga, Indiana Jones, and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. You can check out every rumored game coming up in this on excuse me, on Kotaku's news roundup. Honestly, yeah, there's been lots of there's been a ton. I'm sure you guys have all seen this. There's been so many rumors recently floating around about the future of Xbox and what games are going to go to rival platforms. And oh, Phil Spencer, you broke your exclusivity promise. You know, like just the console war is like a buzz right now, with just everybody losing their minds, thinking that this is like the worst thing ever. Do you guys have any thoughts on this being a podcast as opposed to a live event show?
Well, they do a lot of announcements during their podcast, and it is the official Xbox podcast. Um, so I don't think it's that weird, honestly. They're just using another platform, and it sounds like they're using it to have like a live conversation about it too, you know. Um, I don't know. I think it could be more informative. I don't think it's a bad thing.
I guess I'll have to see. I had like a thought on it on Twitter the other day or yesterday when they kind of announced it, and I was like, does it have to be a podcast format? Like I really just want concise information, bullet points on like what Xbox's business plan is for the future. And like now I'm gonna end up having to listen to like an hour and a half or more of like open format conversation shit about like what the hell this company is deciding they're doing. And like I'm just really worried that like this sort of like this as a podcast topic is not going to benefit the consumer.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see how it plays out.
Like honestly, and who knows, maybe it ends up being like a like one of those like 50 minutes, like we're just gonna hit all the punch points really quick podcast, and like it's real tight, and like and I eat my words, like so be it. And like in that case, great, good for them. Like I feel like live showcases tend to be 30 minutes to an hour anyway, so an hour long podcast would be just fine, I guess. DJ, do you have any thoughts?
I guess it's not weird per se. I think it's a choice, like an interesting choice as to why they're doing a podcast, because it's like I said, like at the top of the story, it's like all the executives are just talking about the business side of Xbox. So it kind of feels more of like I guess like a business seminar instead, if that's what they're going down. Because a lot of people have been talking about how, like, with the recent news and stuff, how Xbox is kind of like on the down, I guess. Um and it's just like, I don't know. Personally, I don't mind it because, like, technically any other showcase is technically kind of a podcast in and of itself. It's just like more visuals and like just announcements of shit. Um, I guess they just want to streamline it. For me, I think it's more interesting from like me, because I'm a PR student, like public relations student. So I wonder like about like the PR aspect of this and why they would choose to do this, like that motive. You know what I mean? And what
Yeah, and that's kind of what's got me like interested in it too, right? I'm a little curious as to like, okay, you're obviously choosing a different vehicle for this announcement for a reason. What's why?
Yeah, like, because like there's of course there's always going to be a reason, especially if you're this high up in the business. You know what I mean? Like in the industry, like you're an industry giant in this fucking in this game. So like the choice to just make these announcements through a podcast is very interesting. We'll have to excuse me. We'll have to see um what they're gonna say and what they're gonna do. Uh, but I feel like with the show and with the like with their previous showcases and with the podcast, like they can still like pretty much script it in a sense. I guess a podcast feels a little bit more natural. I guess they're trying to like make it seem more human, I guess. Like we're talking to you, the viewer, instead of talking at a teleprompter and a camera and just showcasing like,
That's a fair
oh, this is what,
perspective.
or like putting on a performance, I guess.
Mm,
So it's interesting.
yeah,
Okay, yeah,
I
that's a
will
perspective
say,
I hadn't really considered. So like I don't know, it's one of those ones where I think we'll have to really see what they ultimately do. But Devin,
yeah, I was gonna say too. This podcast is generally only around 45 minutes at most, maybe an hour. It's really not a
so
long-winded
yeah,
podcast
like
that
I
they
said,
normally
maybe
do. Mhm.
it'll be really condensed then. So I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, like we will likely end up coming back to this next week, after
Mhm.
they have aired the podcast and we have all had the opportunity to listen to it and discuss. And really break down like what our thoughts on what they had to say. But I just really quick, like not really digging into the rumors or anything, but like I just want to know: do you guys have any positive or negative thoughts, one way or another, about uh,
Here's
Xbox's
one thing.
exclusivity opening up, if you will?
One thing that I do remember is that Phil Spencer said he wanted to put Game Pass on everything. So this could just be a form of that in a sense, you know.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I definitely I'd have a really hard time seeing Game Pass ever coming to PlayStation, but I think Game Pass coming to like a Nintendo as something or other is a little bit more in the books, right? Or
Mhm.
I guess it could be maybe we're looking at like an official version of it on the Steam Deck, like an actual like an official Steam Deck application, right? Because
Mhm.
like you can use Game Pass right now, but it's like it's through a streamed method, right? You're using it as like the desktop application, like, and that
Mhm.
creates hiccups. So maybe we get like the official streamline announcement, or maybe they're coming to some of those other handhelds. But like I don't know, I personally think the exclusivity like opening up is just generally a good thing. Like more games to
Mhm.
like give the games to the players, right? Like that's always kind of my stance on things. DJ, do you have thoughts on it one way or another?
Can you repeat that again? Sorry, I zoned out for like half a second.
No, it's okay. Do you have any thoughts, like positively or negatively, on Xbox opening up their exclusivity? Like, regardless of what the rumors think, like, obviously we'll have answers in a few days, but like, do you think it's a good or a bad thing one way or another? If if they do open up their exclusivity?
I think overall it'd be a good thing opening up that exclusivity. Like, just I think we all benefit as consumers. I think this whole like console war, like exclusivity battle thing has kind of been played out, and it's only like the remnants of like a few of the vocal minority backing like this stupid little like dick measuring contest between these two companies, between Xbox and Sony. That is. Um. So I think it should they should um think about opening up because people want to play more games and I think opening that up, opening giving Game Pass to other platforms could open up new uh people to new experiences and games they probably would have never played since they didn't have an Xbox or choose to have an Xbox or a PC, you know? Yeah, I think it just helps everyone in that case. And plus it puts Xbox into this bucket where it's been trying to like keep itself in for which is kind of the game company for the gamers. You know what I mean? Like Sony is there to like just sell you games and sell you products, like Xbox is doing the same, don't like, but like the way they approach it is different. Like Xbox in the past few years has been trying to approach it as we want to be consumer friendly to you and we want to get you playing our games more, right? So,
Right, yeah, and that's always kind of felt to me like that's just been what Phil Spencer's philosophy has been, like just generally
mhm.
speaking. He was just like, yeah, we want to give Xbox to everybody. But like he said Xbox like as a brand. we want to
Yeah.
give Xbox to everybody, and like not necessarily a console. So I think there's, I don't know, like I think that I mean, obviously they've stated in the past, like very transparently, like Phil Spencer said, like we lost the console war. We know that. Like it just like the numbers show that. Like it's not even an argument. Like there's no debate to be had there. Like the numbers just show that like that's just the way it went, right? But like obviously they have a place in the space and in entertainment and in gaming, and like maybe this is just their way of finally taking the time to redefine that for the consumers at home, like for some clarity.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we have just a few little bits left for y'all before we get into our big headliner for this evening. But Devin, will you hit him with our next bit of
Yeah.
news?
Yeah, guys. Helldivers 2 passes God of War to become PlayStation's biggest Steam launch yet. This is coming from Carly Veloci over at Polygon. Looks like PlayStation's PC strategy is paying off. Helldivers 2, the third-person co-op shooter that launched Thursday, has become the company's biggest Steam launch to date. According to Steam database, SteamDB, Helldivers 2 has reached 81,840 peak concurrent players on Steam just one day after release. It's actually been way more now. I think it's like
I'm about to think. I think it's over 100,000 now, but
I think it's
Mhm.
160,000 now. But since it dropped to around 66,000 at the time of the writing, this is written on the first day of the game being out, obviously. That beats God of War 2018's previous concurrent peak of 73,529 when it hit PC back in 2022. PlayStation has been looking to expand its offerings beyond just the PS5, so it's released many first-party games on Steam months or years after console launch. Just in 2023, it put out Returnal, The Last of Us Part 1 for PC. Horizon Forbidden West and Until Dawn Remaster are on the way as well. However, Helldivers 2 is the first PlayStation published game to hit PS5 and PC simultaneously. Its day one launch on PC could explain the high player count. After all, God of War had already been out for years on PlayStation 4 by the time it hit PC, so there's a lot less momentum. Still, Helldivers 2 is a bit of a niche title and has much smaller in scope compared to the AAA titles PlayStation previously brought to the platform. Um, Simon Carless, founder of Game Discover Co., which tracks and analyzes Steam usage, said that the game's success comes down a lot to co-op. Quote, I think co-op is key, and people are always looking for AAA looking co-op games they can try with their buddies. And the original Helldivers being another great co-op game, although more of a twin stick shooter, is a great lead in to the sequel. He told Polygon. Currently, Helldivers 2 has a mixed rating on Steam with just over 10,800 reviews. Like many other multiplayer games, it had a rough launch with server and matchmaking issues. Players have also reported problems with the End Protect Game Guard, the game's anti-cheat software, that could prevent the game from launching. Developer Arrowhead Game Studios has been working on fixes and released a patch. I played the game for 3 hours last night and didn't encounter too many issues besides some quick play timeouts. Yeah, game's
Mhm.
I mean,
success.
yeah, obviously, like I really just wanted to share this, just from a
Mm-hmm.
statistic standpoint. Like we are going to be discussing this game a lot more heavily here in just a moment. But DJ, did your hand go up there?
Yeah. I wanted to say, imagine if PlayStation would release, I don't know, maybe a Bloodborne PC port or a Ghost of Tsushima PC port, because clearly it works.
Right,
We
like
have
yeah,
the statistics to back that up. Last of Us Part 1 is a success. Horizon Forbidden West, pretty good. Until Dawn Remaster, I don't know if anyone played that. Uh, um, but clearly, it works, and the people have been asking for a Bloodborne PC port for almost a decade,
forever.
forever. And two, Ghost of Tsushima port would be insane. Um, because it would clearly mean a lot more players to play these games. I don't know if it's like some issue with like maybe licensing or some other like issue that we don't know about behind the scenes, maybe some corporate shit that we don't know about. But seeing Helldivers 2 succeed is pretty cool considering where they came from. Especially with Helldivers 1 being a top-down experience, now switching to third person. All of us here at GK have played it, and I think all of us agree when I say this. It is much deeper than just what it looks like on the surface. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Just looks like
Also,
a horde shooter. It just looks like a co-op horde shooter. But that is part of its base core gameplay. But it goes way deeper than that, especially when you factor in the customization, the kind of this your one man or your one squad a part of this big war between different factions, and of course more alien races are yet to come to the game as well. Different maps, locations, different stratagems, these
hey,
little special
pump,
abilities,
Hey,
pump
we're
the
these
brakes
reviewing
there,
it in
buddy.
a little
Pump the
bit.
brakes. Slow it up. We have
Yeah.
a whole review to do.
Yeah.
So I have a whole
Yeah, but I'm
I
just saying. I'm
understand
just
your
saying.
eagerness. I
Yeah.
do because there's much
No,
to
no.
discuss. But
That was
save
where
the
I was gonna
juicy
stop.
bits for the down there. You
I know,
know.
but I said I was gonna stop right there. Okay, you guys fucking cut me off right when I was about to stop. Anyway, look, all I'm saying is the game is a success, obviously, and I think the more people are playing this, the more they realize like this is a pretty great game. It looks insane. Also,
Speaking of that, actually, I do have a
yeah,
quick update from Arnell on the back end for us. He went and checked the Steam reviews because obviously this article was written very early after the game's release. Just kind of marking the game's success. Helldivers 2 currently holds a mostly positive Steam review with 36,000 reviews. So it is now up. It has tripled its reviews, tripled its reviews, and it is now sitting at mostly positive as of right now. This recording.
You
Devin.
know what also happened about an hour ago? They reached an all-time peak of 203,600.
And honestly,
players.
I bet you there's actually more players than that. Their servers are just at capacity. So,
yeah,
like, it's
with server
pretty
issues.
crazy.
And the
Yeah.
game is $40, dude. I think that is a great draw for a co-op.
Yeah, there's
game.
there's so much to get into, and like honestly, I can't wait to really dive.
We'll talk
into
more
that
about it. We'll
in
talk
just
more
a
about
minute. But I have one quick thing that we've never really done this before as like a news thing. This is kind of new. I'm feeling it out just to see how it works. All right, I just because normally like we don't really talk release dates, or we don't really talk like what's up and coming for you guys. But since we are doing this, like this podcast is now dedicated wholeheartedly to gaming, we are going to try to, when it's applicable, right, when we're doing this segment, to try to give you updates on news or games that are releasing in the very near future when we're doing our recording. So with that being said, we're going to talk about some games that are coming out this week, starting, and this is all coming from straight from Game Informer, because they're like the guys when it comes to keeping track of what is what, and like as far as like the biggest highlight titles to keep track of. With that being said, we have some awesome games coming this week. Some ports, some new ones, some awesome stuff. Starting with Banisher's Ghosts of New Eden, which literally is out right now. That is a brand new AAA action adventure title, which you can purchase. It is available on all platforms. It's available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. Not all platforms. Sorry, Switch. Sorry. We also have a port of Dragon Quest Builders. That's actually another Sony PlayStation game. It's finally getting a port, and it is coming to PC. That is also available today. We have another game called Islands of Insight, available on PC, as well as Lysfanga, the Time Shift Warrior, also available on PC. Lots of games coming out today. They're really starting the week strong. Tuesdays tend to be bigger indie days, while AAAs tend to drop on Thursdays and Fridays. So some of these games I'm listing right now are going to be like bigger, more hyped indie releases. Another was actually, speaking of which, I have another game releasing as of today is Ultros, which is a psychedelic Metroidvania game, which is available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and PC. We have another action platformer. We've got Arzetta, the Jewel of Faramore. This one, that bad boy is available on the 14th. We have Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered. Oh, sorry. Arzetta is available on PlayStation 5, XS, PlayStation 4, and Switch and PC and Xbox One. All platforms there. We do have the Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered, also coming out on the 14th, available on PlayStation 5, XS. This is all platforms as well, honestly, because even a remaster of that game's probably not going to look that great. You're playing that for the nostalgia.
Yeah.
All right, we have just a few coming up left. We have another game called A Little to the Left. I'm actually going to see what genre that is. This is a puzzle game.
Cool.
Yeah, it looks like it's a new puzzle game releasing on XS or Xbox platforms and PlayStation platforms. No PC or Switch on that one. We have another. This is a narrative-driven story game called Lake. It's like a narrative adventure. We've also got we've kept a little bit of tabs on that one. I think Ernell's been watching that one.
Mm.
We have another simulator game. It's called Plate Up. It kind of looks a little bit like Overcooked meets Rubber Bandits.
But I think it's better. It's like a little bit better, more hectic.
Yeah, but it looks like it's like a kitchen simulator in the same vein.
It was on PC, but now it's on the consoles now.
Yep, and that one is... Oh, I apologize, guys. Those last 3 titles, these are all coming out February 15th, a little bit later in the week. And then to end off our week, we've got our big bangers, right? We have Mario versus Donkey Kong coming to Switch on February 16th, and Skull and Bones coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox XS, Stadia, and PC, also available on February 16th. Any of these? Y'all picking up any of these this week? Any of these tickle your pickle?
Depending on what I'm seeing from Banishers, I might pick up Banishers, Ghost of New Eden. I've seen a little bit some gameplay clips, and it looks pretty cool. But some of the reviews especially from IGN, giving it a 7, it means it's not bad, but not the game that we were thinking it was going to be.
We were necessarily anticipating it to be. 100% agree. I'm excited. I kind of want to play a little bit to the left because based off of the theme, it looks like it's got like a cat gravity knocking shit over thing going on, and like cats. I love cats. Yeah. I'm also really I want to get into Ultros. I love Metroidvanias. I love like the 2G action platformers, and this just looked like a really unique concept. Devin, are you excited about anything coming up?
Out of this week, not
Skull
really.
and Bones is also like, I want to play it, but like I'm so waiting on reviews.
Yeah, this week is kind of a miss me week for gaming. I mean, I just got Helldivers. I just got Enshrouded. Still playing Power World. Like, I'm pretty. You
got some things to play, right?
Yeah,
and these ones.
I'm going to be diving into Enshrouded some more. That's for sure.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah, folks. So that's kind of what we have on the release radar this week for game releases. We just kind of wanted to try that out and see if you guys liked hearing what was upcoming when you guys have the opportunity to listen to the episode at your leisure. So let us know if you guys want us to keep providing you with game release dates. Like we're happy to do that. I kind of like.
Leave us some feedback in any of the comments.
Yeah, leave us some feedback if that's something you guys want.
Or join our Discord and let us know as well.
Yeah, join
absolutely.
The Discord.
That's something we would like to continue doing for guys if that's something you guys were interested in us providing to you. With that being said, we are getting ready to head into... we're getting ready to head into it. DJ, will you tell everybody at home what we're headed into next?
Well, everyone, buckle your seatbelts because we know what you really want to get to. It's the fucking Endgame. Let's get into it.
Cue stuff that I don't think we have yet.
Yeah, whatever we don't have it.
Cool splash screen.
Cue explosion.
And sound effect.
I feel like we should just show like the scene where it just goes on your left, And then it transitions.
No,
Our
fucking.
Endgame.
They'll just flash the screen with our cameras. Fuck off, bro.
Endgame is our headlining segment, folks. It is our number one, our big headlining topic discussion piece of information that we're going to be providing for you guys. That takes forms of all sorts of different things. We have proprietary, that's a hard word, proprietary discussions. And today we're doing something that we told you guys we were going to do more of, right? And we are doing a team review, right? Everybody is doing a review today. This is not a hands on deck. This is not our chapter select. We are not doing just a one. Everybody is here participating in this review, and you are going to get the good Kraken official raid. Yeah, I'm really stumbling tonight, y'all. I'm sorry. The good Kraken official rating on this game, and tonight we are reviewing Helldivers 2. As we were just discussing this game a little bit earlier from Devin's article that we were talking about, how successful this game has been, and it suffered a little bit from that success in a way. So tonight we are going to be reviewing Helldivers 2. So this is obviously we don't really do our reviews big as a group like this for video games very often. This is a new thing for us. So for you listeners at home, it's going to be very, very similar to our film reviews. I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to share their top thoughts, and then I'm going to give them some pointed questions about what they think about the game, and then we will all going around and we will give it a score based off of our new ranking that we use when suggesting or not suggesting video games to you all at home. With that being said, I think Devin and I have put like egregious amounts of time into this game already, and I think we're going to have lots and lots and lots to share. DJ has been taking some time it sounds like, to take care of his mental health, and we support him in that. So as a result, he has not dove into hell, if you will, quite as many times as the rest of us. Quite yet. But he's still got plenty of time in there. So DJ, with that being said, can you provide us your initial thoughts and impressions on Helldivers 2?
Well, I mean, when we saw the release trailer at the showcase, months ago, I think you were
actually, Devin, can I or Devin, DJ, Jesus, I'm just like, you guys' D names is really doing me in today. Can I pause you really quick? I have done a disservice to y'all at home. Everybody, Helldivers 2 is a co-op third-person shooter. I guess I can tell you what the fucking game is real quick before we're just like, let's review it. I'm so sorry, everybody. My brain is all over the place. Helldivers 2 is a co-op third-person shooter set in a large galaxy, and you are fighting bugs and robots called automatons in the name of managed democracy. This game is a PvE co-op shooter taking place in the third-person view, which is a big mix-up as a sequel, as the original game was an isometric twin-stick shooter. So this game it's actually first-person Sony PlayStation published. It is a Sony game, and it was developed by Arrowhead Games. They are a small studio out of Stockholm. So this game is heavily inspired by Warhammer 40K and Starship Troopers, and really kind of delves into specifically the film Starship Troopers and the satirical version of fascism. Yes, I use that word because it's a part of the game. Of fascism and like what corrupted democracy and government really looks like, and it does it through the vehicle of dispensing justice, air quotes, to a bunch of bugs and robots all over various planets in the name of satirical democracy. Now, with that being said, y'all, DJ, what are your thoughts on the game?
Yes, Gary. Yeah, as you said, as I was saying earlier, when we watched the reveal for this game and the switch from that top-down display from the first game into third person, I think we were all pretty excited. But I think your description of the first game really sold me on how they're gonna do the sequel. From what he told me, the developers of this game, this franchise, basically now, um, his game series, they're pretty cool, and they have put a lot of passion into this IP. Um, and it has been really fun. From the little I've played of it, I only have around 6 hours in the game, but most of it has been playing with squads, with friends. So I've been able to get the gist of this game and have a taste of how deep this game can go with such a very simple premise. Just like Gary said, it's kind of like it is very, very Starship Troopers esque. You are just one soldier in a squad of other just individual guys going down there, diving straight into the jaws of the enemy and disrupting fucking factories and bug nests and just liberating everything you can see, liberating and colonizing uh whatever planet you're on with your squad. Um the gameplay is fun. There's something about there's something Left for Dead about it, in the sense of the combat's basic, right? The shooting mechanics are kind of basic, um, but it feels good. There's a little bit an element of like realism. I hate saying that. Um, there's like
It's I
weapon
would grounded
sway.
is the word.
Yeah,
Grounded's
yeah,
the word
more
I would use.
grounded shooting elements. Like, there's some things where some, or most weapons use, like if you're moving, if you're strafing, of course, there's a little indicator of where your bullets are going to fly, based on where your cursor is, of course. So you always have to kind of, you don't have to always stay planted, but of course you will be kind of inaccurate while moving. There's also other weapons that uh reload faster with the assist of your squad mates. There's plenty of objectives littered across the map. Oh, I forgot to say, like when you enter a planet, how this works is you basically choose a planet to liberate, and you will be part of that like mission to liberate that planet, and you get to choose a spot on that planet to land and conduct missions, which come in a variety of objectives, which I really enjoy. I thought maybe it's just like, oh, I thought before I started playing, I
There's
thought it
a
was just gonna be,
lot of objectives.
yeah, it kind of, it's kind of like the same with Left 4 Dead. Like you think it's just here you're shooting zombies, but they add elements and objectives that you have to do uh that kind of create this tension, and you have to play it with a sense of pace, that an anxious set of pace, if you will. um like, in Left 4 Dead, you have to find gas cans to start up the car in the mall, or you have to, fuel up the generator, or like set up the walls and shit like that, right? In this game, it's kind of the same thing. You have to find the terminal, and the terminal will tell you, oh, switch on the fuel valves that are scattered around this outpost, and then type in the code and to launch the nuke, like stuff like that. And it's fun. The gameplay loop is repeatable, and it doesn't get boring because of these different objectives. And then, of course, there's also little outposts littered around the map, and you are rewarded for trying to complete side objectives. They don't feel like, something you can just be like, I can forget that. It feels important. It feels, because you're building to this war effort. You're building with among everyone else who's playing the game to this like kind of war score to liberate a planet, and continue on this goal of liberation for Super Earth. So, as they say. So you got to do your part. As the Starship Troopers iconic scene, you got to be doing your part. And it's super fun. I will say customization is a little lacking. I kind of wish we could change a little bit of the color accents. You don't have to change the whole color of the armors, but um, I
I
would
saw
wish
that on a
there.
suggestion list. The devs acknowledged it. They're like, "I'm gonna pitch that," and I'm like, "Hey."
Yeah, yeah, and of course, like there's more to it. You have different loadouts, different armor sets have different stat bonuses. Um, and it's just, and different squad mates can have different builds and have it work in a cohesive way, and nothing feels overpowered in a sense. So, and even if it did, you're all working towards the same goal. It's only PvE, so you will all still be able to kind of again do your part and not feel left out for not having the best gear, because it's kind of everyone is able to do something within the squad. um enemy the enemies get pretty hard. You would think, they're just fucking bugs. You have guns, bullets, and fucking artillery barrages and orbital strikes. Dude, it gets pretty hectic. And there's some big bosses too. Like the automaton Hulk, and I don't think I faced it, but I think it's the Brood Mother. Like it's like huge, or like some bile
Oh no,
creature.
it gets
the
bigger.
Bile
Bile
Titan.
Titan.
Bile
Yeah.
Titan. Yeah, there it is. So the Bile Titan, that's pretty big too.
Yeah, they're
And I
fucked.
hear there's
Yeah.
yeah.
Garrick and I have
And
fought a
so
couple.
yeah. So, I haven't fought one yet. We fought a Hulk, but I just kind of threw an orbital strike at it and it blew up. So, so that was kind of easy. But it gets hectic. Even just at medium difficulty with 4 squad members in a Discord call, all 4 of us just still chilling and communicating with each other, it still gets pretty hectic. And yeah, this game's just really good. It's not perfect, which I think one of you guys will go into why that is, but and I'll
Mhm.
save it for you guys. But I think it's pretty fun so far. I just wish I had the urge to play it more. Uh, but it's still fun. Even solo, I played a couple solo missions by myself, and it felt fun to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The gameplay. I played solo a little bit too, and like it's you can do it solo. The game, it just the way you play changes drastically.
Hmm.
Like you're definitely playing the game a
Mhm.
lot differently than if you are in a squad.
Yeah.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you. Devin, your top level thoughts and first impressions of Helldivers 2.
So, first impressions of Helldivers 2. It is a PvE AKP game. And AKP is accidentally kill player. So
Yeah,
this
that
this is
happens a lot.
this is the first defined PvE AKP game, in my opinion. So this game's fun, guys. The gameplay loop can be really fast paced. It's easy to immerse yourself within the gameplay loop too. Like Garrick and I were doing it the other day. We were going on scouting missions and going
We
to
were
the
doing
new
like some
planets.
RP shit. Yeah.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
super fun. But this game is gorgeous. I don't know what engine this is running on. I think we
Let me
dug
check.
into it the other day, but this is a gorgeous game. Um, I'm playing it on PC with a 3070 and it looks great. It runs great. I'm not having any hiccups. The only issues I've been running into is some disconnects. And I think that's because I've been playing with people on PS5 a lot. Um, Garrick, we've experienced it a
Bisquid
few times.
Stingray is what is the engine they're using.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it looks great. It runs great. Um, the hitboxes are pretty reactive. Um, and there's just the little things like stepping through mud that makes you slower, standing behind somebody shooting a bazooka and having the
Yeah, and the
backblast shoot
backdraft.
you.
Yeah, we found out there was
Yeah.
backdraft the other day. We didn't know that. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I launched a rocket and like it literally like it blew like our friend Average Larry across the
Mhm.
map, and he dropped his grenade on me and we died.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to get onto next. If you're calling in an orbital strike, you have to throw a beacon that sends the signal up for where they're going to hit. And if you're holding that and you get not stunned or like knocked over somehow, you'll just drop it right there. And madness
And it's
ensues.
still coming down. It doesn't deactivate. It's still
Yep.
coming.
Yep, it still goes down. I do like the armor sets a lot in the game. I am with DJ that I wish there was some customizable features with changing some colors. Like they can still have the same patterns and everything, but I'd like Like with Halo, they'll do 1, 2, and 3. You have 3 different color hues you can change on an armor
Mhm.
set,
Right.
right?
Yeah, and even if it was just like some accent swaps and stuff, like this is one of
Mhm.
those games where like I think like color reskins are gonna be acceptable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be fun. I hate to suggest this, but this is the Destiny player inside of me. What if you had different armors that were at different levels that you could add certain amount of perks to, or they all had like 2 perk slots and all the buffs from the armors you get, you can use as perks, you know?
I mean,
That'd be
I can
cool to
see them
me.
do something like that. Like I said, like they are
Mhm.
looking at some like community like suggestions for like the future of the things they want to add. But like, yeah,
Or
like
like
I could see them doing something like that with the cosmetics.
or like squad raids, like going onto a planet to like accomplish some huge horde thing, but you have a whole nother squad playing with you as well. Or like they could even do PvP style things like that, like who killed the most of a
Mm.
horde, like fastest, you know?
Oh yeah, I've seen suggestions like that too, or like yeah,
Hmm.
or like an infinite mode, and
Hmm.
all that sort of stuff.
How long
Yeah,
can you
yeah, those are
last? Like Call of Duty Zombies?
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Any other additional top level thoughts?
yeah. The sound design is so good.
Mm,
It is so
very
good.
good.
You can definitely. I'm pretty sure they utilize the
You can hear
3D
the shells
spatial
hitting the
audio.
ground. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, they utilize the 3D spatial audio. So you can hear everything from like the different kinds of noises that the bugs and the automatons make and in what direction they're making it from. Bullets going past you. You can hear like the whiz in the air, the foliage moving. They did a great job on sound design. Like I said, beautiful game. The only thing that looks terrible is the NPCs and their robotic mouths. They look
Yeah.
like Horizon Zero Dawn
Yeah, and
NPCs from
honestly,
launch.
and you only even see them when you're in the ship.
Yeah.
DJ, I saw your hand go up real quick.
Yeah, when Devin, you mentioned the audio design, and I it just clicked for me like how good it is. Like,
Hmm.
cause I remember playing solo like yesterday, and I was able to like hear like the different types of like the little bugs like walking around
Hmm.
like 20 meters behind me, and
You,
I was
you
like,
could, yeah, even though they were in a group right behind you,
yeah,
you
dude.
could individually distinguish the kinds of bugs.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, I didn't it didn't click in my brain at the moment, like, but I was glad I was able to hear that, like, in the moment, like, be able to discern like what's going on. Yeah. So Devin's like 100% on that. The sound design is actually really, really fucking good.
Hmm. Hmm.
Props to them
This,
for that.
yeah, this is a $40 game. This is a $40 game. I hope this sets a precedent for other publishers and studios and makes them go, oh, okay.
You know what?
You
The
know.
game has actually been receiving like praise from other developers for their animations, like for their like a lot of their
Hmm.
character animations and like the bug
Mhm.
animations and stuff. Everyone's so they've received, and because the game is well made. It's like it's got a lot of polish in the way that like they chose to approach its gameplay loop.
It looks like
Even
a
the
AAA game,
reloading.
100%.
Even when you switch into like kind of the first person view with some weapons, even the reloading is animated on the weapons. Like it could have easily just did like a kind of a GTA 5 where they just kind of like just fucking smack the bottom of the fucking pistol and like cock it um to reload, um but like you can see that the mag being like put into the rifle and then like the charging handle be like pushed back in first person when you're reloading, which I like. That's a level of detail which I didn't expect
Right? It's the
coming,
little
even though
things.
they just switched from top down to 3D. I thought, maybe they would just kind of cut corners that way, but no, these guys paid attention to every little thing, and it's really fucking cool.
Hell yeah, Devin. Anything else to add?
No, no.
Excellent. Alrighty. Well, that brings it to my top level thoughts and impressions of Helldivers 2. And ooh wee! This game scratches just about every itch I was hoping it would scratch. Um, So like I'll just start from like basically from the tippy top. Just kind of running through the gameplay loop with you guys real quick. You start in your destroyer up in space, and you choose the planet that you would like to enter to. There's this big galactic map, and right now there's two war fronts. There's the red automatons on the western side of the map, and the yellow terminids on the right side of the map. And you can travel freely to any of the non-liberated planets available to you in those highlighted sectors, and hell drop into or dive, hell dive onto these planets to liberate them from the respective factions that control them. You choose the planet, you choose your objective. Well, you can even choose the time of day that you are approaching the planet, because the planets actually have like a rotating axis, and like if you start like a mission like at 4:26, like it's literally going to be dark in game by the time that you extract, because time will have passed on the planet. There's essentially a big galactic war effort on either side that's tracking like what like our losses in missions or missions failed versus player successes, and our ability to complete them in a timely manner to liberate these planets essentially. So after you choose your planet, everybody literally they walk up to their hell pods, which are located at the front of the ship. Everybody gets into their pod. You choose your armor, your weapons, and your stratagem loadouts. So stratagems are something very, very unique and specific to this game, and it's basically that it's your character's skills and abilities. So you have a basic primary and secondary weapon with you at all times, but if you want heavy artillery weapons or the orbital strikes or anything additional that these guys have mentioned in their impressions, it's something you have to physically call down, whether it be from a plane, a fighter jet that's strafing across the sky, or physically dropping from your ship in close orbit. And like the game, it's incredible the level of detail that like the game really gets into when it comes to this. So like you choose your loadout, and like you've got your stratagems, right? And like the stratagems are offering anything to you from support weapons, like machine guns, like anti-tank rocket launchers, something they call a recoilless rifle, which is basically just like a big backdraft rifle that is like assisted reloaded with your partner, and like it's a semi-automatic, and like you use it to break armor. You have Eagle strikes, which are essentially bombardment strikes from artillery planes, which are circling above. And you have orbital strikes of various natures, from dropping smoke on the enemy to gas to 500-kilogram bombs, which essentially function as a mini nuke you're dropping on the freaking enemy in the name of glorious managed democracy. And then you have your planets, you've got your stuff all selected, you drop down onto your planet, everybody breaks out of their pods, they rise from the earth essentially, like, because you pierce the ground at like Mach Jesus. You rise up, you call down all your additional armaments, everybody starts getting their materials and their squad stuff ready, and then you start hitting the objective. You are constantly head on a swivel. You're watching for enemy patrols. You're keeping your eye out for objectives, for points of interest that are going to offer you credits and things that you can use to further your character's growth in game. And all the while, it takes place on this alien planet in a very, very immersive co-op military sim-esque sort of presentation. Like you are an everyman. You might be an elite soldier, but you are fighting enemies that are far superior to you in armor, firepower, speed, and strength. And to combat that, you are given incredibly powerful armaments yourself. Well, as a result of that, casualties of war happen, and frequently. This game is so prepared for you to die that everybody has 5 revives per individual added to the mission. So if you're running with a full squad, you have 20 deaths. You're allowed to die 20 times before a mission fails. 24 times, technically. before a mission fails, right? And so like this game, you are going to die. Like the enemies are just so much there. They outnumber you. They're stronger than you. They're faster than you. Their armor is thicker than yours, and you have to use your tactics and your communication and your teamwork and to be successful on these missions. The stratagem mechanic, honestly, I think it might be one of my favorite mechanics in these sorts in a co-op experience to recent memory. The closest thing that like you can get to it is like calling down a resupply in freaking Deep Rock Galactic, but it doesn't hit the same way because you have to physically input a code to call down what you want. You're allowed 4 stratagems per mission, and like you're entering in like a freaking GTA cheat code. Like you have to hold like on controller, you're holding the left bumper, and then it's like up, down, left, right, up. And then you toss that on the ground, and based off of the code that you inputted, it's going to do a specific thing. And like they're labeled, right? Like it says like for orbital strike, do like this pattern. Like the traditional orbital strike is like it's like right up, right? And so like right up is always going to be a precision orbital strike if you have that equipped, right? And then you can call that down, and you can do that, or you can use that same mechanic to call yourself down a grenade launcher or a machine gun that you've equipped to your loadout on a rotating cooldown. Because if you die, you drop those things, and you might need to kind of pick it up again. Honestly, the game just offers so much in the way of immersion that like this is going to be what I feel is a premier co-op experience for anybody that enjoys playing games with their friends. Like because there's so much here. You can play this game really sweaty. You can play this game like kind of sweaty, a little bit fun. You can literally go in absolute shenanigans and just fucking nuke your friends. Like literally, like we have killed each other in this game so many times accidentally in just absolutely bonkers ass ways. Like bombs accidentally being knocked out of our hands. I was playing with Devin just the other day, and he blinked and stepped in front of me. He literally caught one bullet, folks, one bullet to the head, and died instantly. I was literally in tears laughing because his body just flops to the ground. It's such a ridiculous, unceremonious death. You're just like, fuck. And then you just call in another Helldiver because we've got them in droves up in stasis on the ship.
Yep. True story. And I kill them all the time with my cluster strikes.
Yeah, calling cluster strikes in, danger close, everybody, right? And like bombs just going off. Like the gameplay just offers an immersion on a level that I've rarely experienced in a co-op game. It's incredible. Like you're going in. There's a great diversity of combat. Like these, like I don't want to rehash everything that these guys kind of already visited, but like the gameplay loop is incredibly satisfying. One thing that like I do want to touch on that we haven't really had the opportunity to discuss because we haven't experienced yet as players is like this game is just getting started. Like we said, this is a $40 like AA title, but it is eventually going to be a live service game. But it's not. Oh my god! It might have my favorite, and I had to say this kind of in a weird way because like monetization is like kind of in games anyways. But like as far as like approach to monetization, this might be my favorite execution in a game of recent memory. Like I really do believe that because you open it up and it presents itself to you, you're just like superstore, super credits. You're like, fuck man, I can spend money on this shit and buy skins or buy armor sets and stuff. You're like, this is pay to win. Wrong. It's so literally like you can literally earn the in-game premium currency just by doing the missions if you just wander around the map. I have like almost 600 of them, which is enough to buy a complete armor set, and I've not spent a dime. Also, the monetization in and of itself is not predatory. Like you could you could spend $10 and buy everything available in the Superstore, like on that rotation. Everything it has to offer.
Yeah, and there's no like in-game pop-up either just at the top it just says
It-
acquisitions, but
No, it
like
just says acquisitions, and like honestly, that doesn't function. That functions as as your battle pass and your which is or war bonds in this case, which you use to purchase weapons and armors using the regular in-game currency as well. And so like it's very very non-predatory, and like honestly, I love the devs' approach to it. Like they've gone on record saying that they believe that games have to earn their right to be monetized. Like you have to earn a player's trust to be able to ask for their money more than once. And like, fuck yeah, baby.
yeah,
That is
Giga Chad move.
that good for you guys at Arrowhead. That's the way to monetize your game. And like honestly, like that feels really good because like it feels rewarding to play for everybody, even if you are a free to play player. And like honestly, like the cost of the monetization is like it's negligible. Like you can literally buy everything in the store for less than a single like Diablo 4 Portal skin,
That's crazy.
right? Because like a Diablo 4 Portal skin costs you $20. That's not an exaggeration. It costs you $20. Like that's half of this game's price. But like honestly, this game has so much to offer. If you enjoy third person shooters, which honestly like that game like third person shooters have not been popular in a minute. Like I'm really glad that like this kind of might bring that back a little bit. If you enjoy playing with friends, it's great with randoms too. The game has so much to offer, and like honestly, it's just getting started. Like the Galactic War Map is about to update for the first time ever here in like a day, and we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if like if we did it, like are we going to be successful, because one of the planets we're working on right now is not liberated yet, and we've got 24 hours to do it. And if we don't, the bugs will push back and the war fronts will physically change, and we'll be tasked as a community of players to take on new goals. This game has been pretty incredible, and honestly, like as far as like co-op experiences go, I see myself putting hours and hours and hours into this game in going into the future. With that being said, I want to ask you boys just a few questions about what you guys think about the game and what you guys like maybe don't like about the game, or what you would like to see from the game in the future. So I would like to start with Devin a little bit on this one because he does have a little bit more time in the game, and I would love to hear your thoughts, Devin. Devin, for you, you have a ton of time in the game. Like we're pushing like 30 to 40 hours ourselves. What do you want to see from the future of this game? Having about 40 hours into it right now, having experienced most, if not all, of the content currently available.
On the gameplay front, I'd like to see like an additional mode or two. I don't know exactly what those are, but I think that would make the game have even more life in it. And I don't care if it takes, a year before that happens. I would just like to see that happen.
Yeah, I could see new game modes presenting itself in the
Yeah,
future, especially
yeah.
if they found like oh my god,
A lore
lore
reason.
friendly way to
Yeah.
implement it, which it seems like they would do, because the game's very, even though the game's very self-serious, but like it's not serious.
Mhm.
And so like I could see them like implementing some like new like battle modes and stuff, like or new mission types and that sort of thing, like in really fun ways via the lore.
Yeah, yeah, I would like to see that. And I would definitely like to see some sort of customization come into play. It'd be really cool if we could make our ships look a little different from one another as well. So like when you see everybody's
cool.
ships in orbit, you can kind of see like different designs and
Yeah, to
stuff
kind
like
of see
that.
the squads and stuff, a little bit more
Yeah,
variety there.
maybe
Yeah,
maybe
because
display.
it is cool that you can kind of already see the squads, but it'd be cool like if you got to see like everybody's ship name and stuff. Like I know like right now like it only displays like the host ship name and like that sort of
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Um the other thing I would really like to see is weapon customization too. I'm a nerd for that, and I would love to see it if we could like swap out attachments on some guns, you know.
That would be really interesting because they do
Mhm.
already have like their alternate fire mode rate and stuff, right? So like if they could
Mhm.
potentially deepen that rant a little bit,
Yeah.
like by
Yeah.
adding some customization in the game. I think that would be they would have to be very careful with balance with when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Well,
like
it could be stuff
it would
like
have to be like big like it would have to be like big pluses, big minuses, I think.
yeah. I'd say like different kinds of sights because you can ADS into first person with weapons, and they do all have some different sort of sight on them. So it'd be really cool if we can customize those, and maybe even mag sizes and different kinds of like barrels. I think like that would be the best way to go. Um, as far as like grievances, I don't really have a lot of grievances with this game. The only negative thing that's happened is the desyncing and the games dropping, but it's on a launch, and that's going to happen when they're stress testing servers. I mean, Hulk Broken in chat, way in chat earlier said they only have 100 people on their team. You know, that's it.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is
And
a small team that made this game.
yeah. Excellent. Great answer. Thank you.
Mhm.
And like, oh yeah. And before we actually know you want, I'll just kind of I'll phrase this in a question and I'll toss the ball over to DJ here actually, because we didn't really touch about this too much, but like obviously we should, because like it has affected the game, is still currently affecting the game. DJ, uh, like obviously the game has been wildly successful, like so much more so successful that like the development studio has literally gone on record saying that like we've literally gone without sleep to make sure that our servers have stayed alive. But despite their best efforts and their open communication, and they really are trying their best, we have experienced lots of crashes, desyncs, like players not getting their rewards, like getting kicked from lobbies, like missing, like missing progress and stuff, that sort of thing. It has plagued the game. Do you think, DJ, that these sorts of things are affecting the game enough right now that it is hampering player experience? Or do you think this is just kind of par for the course for like these sorts of game releases, and this is just like we just gotta take this in stride? This is how this goes.
Um, it's tough because I want this game to succeed, just as the developers do. You know what I mean? But I kind of think it's almost unavoidable, almost, especially with saying that they have 100 people, and like you said earlier, they're suffering from their own success, really, of this game kind of popping off. It's tough. I think my biggest issue was just getting the crossplay to work. Like I remember like when we
Dude,
played.
your friend's request is still sitting in my
Yeah, it's
box.
still there for me too.
Yep.
So I think that's just a thing with the crossplay because PC works just fine. PC to PC, PS5 to PS5 works just fine. But when you get that crossplay going, it's we had to. I remember on stream, I had to. Devin somehow got it to work, but I didn't. So Devin had to join off of Garrick's
Right.
into Garrick's lobby, and I had to join via invite from Devin to me. So if you have friends on different systems, be prepared to run into that kind of like roundabout way of setting up a squad. I kind of wish there was a little bit more to the UI for that, like lobby making, and setting up a squad that way, just for a kind of like a quality of life improvement. Um, the
Right.
servers haven't been bad. I don't think I've had
They
a
definitely
bad
improved since launch.
definitely improved since launch, and I don't think I've had like a crazy. I had a crazy crash when we played. Um, But other than that, I haven't. Oh, and before we played, I crashed selecting my armor because you mentioned that earlier.
They acknowledged that bug, and it was actually part of the day
Yeah,
one
yeah.
fix.
I
Yep.
fixed it. I fixed pretty fast, but um, after that, though,
Yeah,
after
mine
the first
crashed from that
day,
too.
I
Actually,
haven't
though.
run into any crashes. Game has been feeling really smooth.
Excellent. Well, gentlemen, I think we have pretty much shared all of our thoughts and our grievances and what we would love to see from this game in the future. Ernell, I know you are not officially here, but you really have been loving this game just as much as the rest of us. And I do just want to before we rate it real quick here. I just want to know if you have anything that you just really want to get out there.
The game's fucking good.
Good
Name's
talk.
Excellent. Excellent. I fucking love that. All right.
I'm doing
So,
my part,
with that
boys.
being
Doing my
said,
part.
we're all doing our part. So, with that being said, we are going to rate this game now. Now, before we used to do our games on a traditional rating scale, right, where we used to do 1 to 10. Nah, we've done away with that. Like we don't think that benefits you guys anymore. So we've decided to switch things up, and now we're rating our games on basically a buy now or wait scale. So with that being said, we rate now on a play it now, being like, this is the peak of the peak. You guys got to play this now. Spend your money on it. It's worth going to get it right now. And then we got play it, right? Play it means it's worth buying full price. You don't have to wait for a sale on this one. Pick it up as soon as at your convenience, right? Then we've got wait for sale or wait for that bad boy to come to Game Pass, right? We're talking like your traditional 10%, 20% sale off. Deep sale, right? 20% or lower. Like don't spend your money on this game. Like buy it when you are willing to pick it up on that deep sale, or hard pass, right? We played it, so you guys didn't have to. With that being said, DJ, what is your official rating for Helldivers 2?
Play it now, man. It's $40. That is a great deal for the amount of game you get right now. Especially we're basically in the era of $70 games now. So you get a $70 game for $40. I think that is a great deal. So play it now.
Hell yeah. We got to play it now from DJ. Devin, what do you have to say about it? What is your rating?
So I'm doing my part. Now, when you look into yourself, do you feel like you're doing your part? Or do you feel like a Tim Robinson? Or do you want to say that you're doing your part? Because I'm doing my part. Get this game now.
I didn't do fucking shit.
Fucking shit.
I didn't
Hell
do fucking shit.
So that is, in case you didn't catch that, that is a play it now from Devin also. And you want to know what, gentlemen? I am in agreement. This is a $40 game. It's a AA title with AAA polish. There's so much love put into this title. I have literally suffered through every single disconnect and literally just got right back on every single time. Got right back into the pod, dove right back onto the planets to liberate the bugs and those automatons from their fucking bodies, baby. This is play it now. So that makes it official, folks. This is a play it now game. Helldivers 2, play it now. This is worth your money at its price point. Despite its technical issues on the server side, there is so much going on for this game. It is a play it now. Give this developer and give this franchise your dollars if you are into co-op PvE third-person shooter experiences a la Starship Troopers. All right, folks, we do have just a little bit more left for you this evening. We're going to get into our content schedule that we have for the rest of the week, right? So Thursday, we normally have our splash damage, but we do not have a splash damage tomorrow or Thursday for you guys. I apologize. I'm thinking it's Wednesday. We don't have a splash damage on Thursday for you guys this week because GK is taking that time to go see Madam Web. With that being said, on Friday, we have 20,000 Films Under the Sea, and we will be reviewing Madam Web for you all that evening at 7 p.m. Pacific time, right here, baby.
Hell yeah.
Well, please let us know what you guys think of Helldivers 2. Do you plan on picking it up? Honestly, if you do, let us know, because we're looking for as many folks to play this game as we are. Is this something you guys think is worthy of the $40 price tag, and is this something that you're interested in? Let us know in the comments below, because this is Good Kraken Death Ratio, your choice for all the nerdy video game news, reviews, and discussion that you want to hear live each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. If you've liked what you've heard, you can head over to our Discord, where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to the episodes before they go live on podcast and video services, wherever you like to watch or listen. But you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, folks, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Death Ratio and leaving a review there.
Review.
We have to go, folks, but until next time, I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part.